Like many of you, during this last AliExpress sale, I picked up quite a few watches. But in addition to watches, I also picked up a few tools, including this new time grapher. Before this, I used to just use the app on my phone. I thought it'd be a great experiment just to compare the two and see what kind of results we get. So what I am going to do is time graph 28 watches, 25 of which that I purchased as of January of last year. Now, since January of last year, I've bought a lot more than just 25 watches, but I bought 25 mechanical watches. The others are quartz watches and even solar watches. I said 25 of 28 because I'm also going to include 3 Invicta watches that I had for quite some time, this being one of them, an Invicta Grand Diver. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. So with 28 watches, I'm going to make a 2-part video with 14 watches in each video. I'm going to describe each watch, give you a price range that it falls into, under $50, $50 to $100, $100 to $150, $200 plus, the movement, and also where you can find it. I'll leave links in the description. So the first watch on the list is this Illimite melting watch that I picked up on Amazon. This is between $100 and $150. I picked it up for $110. Very cool looking watch. It sports a Miyota 8215 movement, made of 316L stainless steel, screw pin links, really attractive bracelet. And let's see how it times. Now this watch is currently beating at +8 seconds with a beat error of 0.8. But this app also gives you an amplitude of 52 degrees. When I looked up the 8215 movement, it specifies it should be set at an amplitude of 49 degrees. And that's what we have. About 8 seconds with a beat error of 0.7. I tried changing the amplitude to 49 degrees as the Miyota 8215 should be set to, but apparently the app didn't save it. So looking at it now on the time grapher with the lift angle set to 49 degrees, you're still running a little fast. Anywhere between +12 to +21 is what it looks like. Next up is the Tandorio GMT root beer. This falls between $50 and $100. It sports the NH34 movement, and this really is a beautiful watch. 904L stainless steel, beautiful clasp, screw pin links. You really get a lot of value in this watch. Let's see how it does on the time graphers. And as you can see here, much cleaner. Still running a little bit on the fast side, but certainly within specs. This one here still running a little bit fast, but certainly within specs at +12 seconds. And third, we have the Martin SN109 with a Coke bezel, bidirectional GMT. This falls in the $200 plus category. This also has an NH34 movement, 316L stainless steel, sapphire bezel, nice clean watch with screw pin links, clasp with on-the-fly micro adjust. This is an outstanding looking watch. Let's see how it does. This one is running just a hair slow, but it is doing quite well for itself. And as you can see here, it's doing quite well. I had to reposition the watch, which is why I have a little bit of a glitch here. But this watch is clocking in quite nicely. At number 4 is my love-hate watch, the Boderry Admiral GMT. I love this watch, but I really do not like the company. They just don't do a very good job at supporting their products. But if you get a good one, it's a fantastic watch. This watch falls in the $150 to $200 price range. It's made out of titanium, sports an NH34 GMT movement, sapphire, quality watch from Boderry. As I said, in titanium, so it's nice and lightweight. So let's see how she does. That's a little fast and the amplitude is kind of high, but it's still doing quite well for itself. All of this is just static. I have the air conditioner going. I'm talking, so the microphone, I'm sure, is picking me up. But other than that, it looks pretty good. And just like the app, the speed is pretty good. The amplitude is still a little high. But overall, it's doing quite well for itself. Next up. And next up is the GMT Joker from Tandorio. Just like the root beer, this falls in the $50 to $100 range. I really can't find a link for it, so unfortunately I can't share that with you. There is an SKX version of this watch, but I personally like the Explorer style look that this one gives you. NH34 movement, again 904L stainless steel, screw pin links, quality watch for the money. Let's see how it does. This one started off a little fast, but it's certainly starting to settle in at plus 12, plus 13 seconds. Certainly within specs. The ticking sound was beginning to get to me. But as you can see, this one is running a little bit on the fast end. Still within specs. Looks like the microphone is picking me up now that the ticking sound is gone. And looking at the time grapher here, I have to say the app does a pretty good job for itself. It's right within range, so I don't see the actual time graph machine being that much of an advantage. And this is my second Steeldive SD1953, this one with the turquoise dial. I also kept the Jubilee bracelet on. This is a very beautiful watch. Falls within the $50 to $100 price category. Uses an NH35 movement. And again, you get superior lume with all Steeldive watches. Let's put this on the time grapher. So where the black SD1953 was clocking a good 20 to 25 seconds slow, this one is clocking about 28 seconds fast. One thing I did do was I was able to go into the app and change the amplitude to 53 degrees versus 52 degrees, which was I was running the others. Maybe that has something to do with it. Okay, so as you can see here, this is certainly clocking a lot faster than the black Steeldive. So this might be a watch that may need adjustment. And of all the watches I own, I probably wear these two Steeldives the most, so maybe they have taken a little bit more of a beating than the others. Next up is number 8. We're in the second half. This is the Steeldive SD1970 GMT with the Pepsi bezel. Bidirectional bezel. This sports an NH35 movement. It falls between the $100 and $150 price range. 316L stainless everywhere, beautiful Jubilee bracelet. You can see it's got some scuff marks because I do wear these watches. Let's see how it performs. And this one's not too bad, minus 7 seconds. Keeping pretty good time. This is a fine watch, minus 6 seconds. Now the machine tells a completely different story compared to the app. This is running at 0 to plus 1 second versus minus 7, 8 seconds. So this is looking really, really good. At number 9 is the very fine Martin SN0116. This also falls in the $200 plus range. It's a nice looking skin diver with a sapphire bezel. This has an NH35 movement, a beads of rice bracelet, screw pin links. Overall, a very attractive watch. Let's see how it performs. And this is another good showing by Martin. Running at 0 to minus or plus 1. This watch is doing pretty well. And on the time grapher machine, it still looks pretty good. Cruising along at plus 1 to 0. A good showing by Martin. At number 10, I have the Cadisen C8193. I had to give this thing a wipe down under the lights. I didn't realize there was all this crud that it had around here, but it cleans up pretty well. This watch falls in the $50 to $100 range. It has an NH35 movement, beautiful 316L stainless steel integrated bracelet with a push button butterfly clasp. Very nice looking watch for the price. How will she do? Let's see. The integrated bracelet makes it to where I have to hold the watch to the phone, but it's doing pretty well. Minus 1, now down to 0. It's clocking nicely. Can zoom in on that a little bit, and there you have it. Pretty good for a $60 watch. And here compared to the app, you can see it's running a little bit faster than what the app was saying. But still, for a $60 watch with an integrated bracelet, sapphire, 316L stainless steel, and an NH35 movement, this watch is a steal. Now here's a watch that I'm sure most of you know, and it's a looker. It is the Steeldive SD1970. I have this in green. I've bought several of these watches and I've given them out as gifts. In fact, I've given out quite a few of these watches as gifts. The Illimite watch that I first showed you, I bought 3 of those. I kept 1, 2 I've given as gifts. But this is one of the bargains that you will certainly find on AliExpress. I changed the bracelet out to this green leather strap. This falls into the $50 to $100 range. You get great lume, a unidirectional bezel, 316L stainless steel, a great watch for the price. Let's see how it does. I'm holding it down to the microphone as close as possible, and this watch is doing quite well at minus 7 seconds. Great watch from Steeldive. And also not much of an argument app compared to the time graph machine. We're looking at about -8 seconds. So good performance by this Steeldive. Now this is a watch that I picked up at the beginning of the year and I have not seen it on AliExpress since. I paid less than $25 for this watch. This is the Raske Duke chronograph. It's an automatic movement, but I can't tell you what the automatic movement is. I have no idea. I'll have to assume maybe it's a seagull because it is one of the more popular movements, or one of the most popular movements. But this watch is a spec monster. Look at those 4 dials. They are absolutely beautiful. Genuine leather strap with quick release. Sapphire glass. I still can't believe I got this watch for under 25 bucks. But let's see how it does. Now, because I do not know what the movement of this watch is, I was playing around a little bit with the amplitudes. I have it now set at 47 degrees, and I also tried it at 53 degrees, and I was pretty much getting the same thing with both. About a beat error of just under 2, a rate of about plus 50 to 60 seconds. So that's the best I could do with this watch. So what we're seeing here is a rate that's about the same as the app at plus 50 to 60 seconds, but the beat error on this time grapher is much, much better than what I was getting on the app at 0.4 milliseconds. Again, I adjusted the lift angle to 47 degrees because that's a popular lift angle for seagull movements. I'm just guessing. I don't know what the movement actually is, but I thought I'd give that a try. Unfortunately, as I said, if you like this watch, you're not going to find it anywhere. It's no longer available on AliExpress. The closest thing I could remotely find to it is a Corgeut that comes in at around $60, and I'll leave a link in the description. So what's next? Well, how about a Spinnaker? This is a collaboration between Spinnaker and Long Island Watch. This is their Islander series of watches. It's part of a limited edition collection. You have the Islander here, you have a Skyline, and you also have a Lighthouse. This watch runs on an NH35 movement. I should also say that this is one of the more expensive watches in the plus $200 range. But it's a nice heavy-duty watch with 3/16L stainless steel, beautiful bracelet, nice touches, a good-looking watch. But let's see how this good-looking watch performs. And that looks pretty good at just plus 9 seconds. Very happy with the way that's performing. And compared to the app, I do like the way this is functioning on the time grapher machine at about plus 1 to plus 2 seconds. But this is something that you would expect from a brand like Spinnaker and also through Long Island Watch, kind of giving it that extra level of quality control. And at number 14, the last watch I have in this part 1 of the video is the much maligned Invicta. This is the Invicta Grand Diver. How do I know that? Well, because it says Invicta on the side and it says Grand Diver on the other side. This watch has been long discontinued. It fell in the $100 to $150 price range. It runs an NH35 movement. It's a big watch. It's a heavy watch. What you would expect from Invicta. And as you can see from the scars, I used to wear this watch quite often. Now, let's see how it does compared to the other imports. Trying to get this watch to sit flush on the microphone was a bit of a challenge with its fat underlugs, but the numbers aren't that bad. And as one would expect, you were going to get more accurate readings from the machine versus the app. But look at that beat error. It is way off. Now this watch, as I said, has been discontinued, but you still can find some Grand Divers on Amazon. I'll leave an affiliate link for that as well. So that is it for now. Part 1 showcasing 14 watches. I will be doing a part 2 showing another 14 automatic watches. What have we learned today? I have absolutely no idea, but it was a lot of fun. If you liked it, please take a second to like and subscribe, and thanks very much for watching.